with my class in English Literature. Today we'll be continuing with Ivan's topic. This is a lesson for class 5 and we'll be doing pages 3 and 4. I assume that most of you have read the text, so I will not be reading the text in this video, but I will note down some important points and I will write down a list of glossary for your benefit so that you can frame some sentences and understand the meaning of the difficult words. Well, at the beginning of page 3, we have the paragraph entitled The Perfect Life. We will summarize this paragraph. What is a perfect life? Hakuna Matata. Yes, a life without worries. Eat, drink and sleep. That is a perfect life. And exactly that is the life of a baby. The baby's needs are taken care of by his family, his mother and his father. Well, the mother feeds the baby, makes sure that he gets good food, gets some nice things to drink, a good sleep. The babies play and they have a good social life because of the safety and security which is provided by the parents. Well, the mother makes sure that the baby is well nourished and the father makes sure that the baby is well protected. All the social skills which are important for the survival of a baby are taught to a baby during the babyhood, and the baby moves on from the mother's arm to being more and more independent. Let us write down points. The parents of babies teach important skills for the survival of the babies. As infants, we are taught how to walk, how to talk, what to eat, how to behave. And these are the social skills an animal is taught in the wilderness too. As a young gorilla, Ivan and Tag were taught how to communicate in the wild. Well, there are 22 ways by which animals communicate in the wild, especially the gorillas. They cup their palms together to amplify the sound made in the wilderness. You have heard Tarzan screaming? What does he say? Yes, he makes that sound in the wilderness. I know you must be making that sound now too. Well, in the same way, the gorillas learn to amplify the sounds by cupping their hands together. They learn to communicate with gestures and with postures. A way of beating their chest means that they are angry, that they are supreme. They need to emphasize their point. A male gorilla might do that to show that he is supreme. Well, this way the animal communicates in the wild, and he also learns social skills, how to gather some food, which is the best place to go to get some food, which is the best nesting place, where should he or she go to drink water. They learn all these important skills which are important for their survival. And they sharpen their survival instincts. The cousin of the gorilla, the chimpanzee, learns similarly, is a master at communicating and using tools. He uses different tools. Here we can see the chimpanzee is trying to break a nut, probably to eat the kernel of that particular nut. Similarly, they learn other important skills in the wild. Animals learn through trials and errors by making mistakes. Humans do that too. A baby stumbles and falls, and only then does a baby learn to walk perfectly. Similarly, Ivan's troop taught Ivan all the important skills necessary for his survival, and Ivan had a good time with his family in the wild. Now I will take up another section on page 3. We will discuss how the animal's life is changed when humans interfere with these animals. When humans came to the forest, Ivan's perfect life was disturbed. He could feel even the hum of the forest. His heart, when we are nervous and we don't know what to expect, we can feel that our heart is beating so loudly. We can literally hear the sound of our heartbeat. when we are nervous and we are stressed. Yes, and that is exactly how little Mud felt when the humans entered the jungle. They must have made a noise when they entered the jungle. The animals are very attentive to intruders coming into the jungle because they have to survive in the wild and they are afraid of the poachers. Babies don't like strangers. Similarly, Tag and Mud were scared of humans. What happened to them? Well, life with humans was not an easy thing. When Tag and Ivan were taken into human captivity, Tag and Ivan were taken in a cramped, dark crate. What is a cramped crate? Okay, something what is cramped, a place when it is cramped gives you a sense of claustrophobia. You feel all suffocated and you feel you need some air. When you're cramped in a bus, you feel suffocated. In the same way, Tag and Mud were put in a cramped crate and they were transported from Central African rainforest to the present place where they are found in captivity. Well, what is a crate? A crate is a container which is used to carry material from one place to another. When we have parties, we order for a crate of aerated drinks. No students, I am not advocating you to have aerated drinks, but I'm just giving you an example, okay? These babies could not forget their past life. Mud and Tag missed their mother. They missed the security of the troop. Especially Tag, she could not survive the captivity. She lost her life. What is the meaning of this? There is a sentence in the paragraph entitled Wine. One day I noticed her looking at me without really seeing me. I knew she was completely lost. What is this meaning? Well, here we can understand that little Tag was so depressed with this sudden incident of being captured and forced into a place unfamiliar that Tag kept on remembering about her mother and her troop that he could not survive captivity. Now let us talk why it is that way. Why should animals not be tamed? Well, in my opinion, I feel it is inhuman to tame wildlife unless it is important. Which animals require special attention? Well, wild animals who are in danger of dying in the wilderness need special attention. For example, in Australia, when we had the forest fires, the koalas, the baby koalas, they needed to be rescued from the forest fires and the forest rangers needed to take care of them. Why? Because they needed the affection and the comfort of the family or of a guardian in order to survive. This baby was new to this incident and he didn't know how to, probably it didn't know how to survive. So that is an animal which requires our attention. Other animals don't require to be domesticated. It is unsafe to tame wild animals because wild animals are many a times carriers of diseases. We can get dangerous diseases from wildlife, and similarly we humans can transmit a disease to wild animals. I recently read an article on the news that coronavirus is transferable from humans to gorillas. So tourists were warned not to go close to gorillas. See students, it is not only animals who can make us sick. Humans can also transmit diseases from themselves to the animals. So it is important to remember that we should take precaution when we try to tame wild animals. Remember, these animals will not remain babies. It is easier to adopt a baby elephant and to tame an elephant or a baby gorilla as compared to taming an adult. When the animal grows up into an adult, the animals have different needs. They need companionship. They don't want a human companion. They need an animal like itself. For example, a gorilla might need another gorilla for company. An elephant needs another elephant. So what happened to Tag and Ivan when they were taken into human captivity? Mac and Helen were put in charge of Tag and Ivan. Mud was renamed from Mud to Ivan. Amidst humans, Ivan was forced to speak a language which was alien to him. He did not know how to communicate with humans, but he was forced to learn a new language. He says that he felt that human words swarmed around him like angry bees. When bees are angry, they come and they just envelop a person or an animal with stings and with pain, with stings. In the same way, Ivan felt attacked. He felt confused. He was unable to understand what was expected of him. He was forced to drink from bottles, sit on human chairs, drink from a glass, and do things which were expected in human life. He was forced to adopt human acceptable behavior. Well, how is it that Mud was able to survive human captivity? It is basically because he adopted a positive attitude. He was a smart gorilla and he decided not to delve into the past life, which was very perfect, but he tried to accept his destiny, his present as it was. He learned to adopt and to adapt. Mac's wife, Helen, was quick to laugh but quick to anger too, especially when Ivan broke something. Ivan squeezed 3 tubes of toothpaste and a bottle of glue into the blender. See, we see that there is a conflict here between human behavior and animal behavior. The humans try to domesticate the wild, and the wild does not know what is expected of him. He tried to experiment, and in the experiment, he caused a lot of damage to property and damage to himself. Here we have a sentence that says that he broke his nose attempting to swing from a lamp fixture on the ceiling. Confused and trapped in his present, Ivan caused damage not only to himself but also to property. So, what was Ivan expected to do amidst humans? Yes, he adopted a life which was different and which was not acceptable to his troop. He was forced to entertain a crowd in a circus. He was asked to live at a mall and to entertain children there. He rode a cycle. He entertained people who came at the mall. He might have worn some funny costume. He says that his father would not have accepted this behavior, but it was okay to do that in human society. What are Ivan's feelings and emotion? Is he happy in his present life? Well, he doesn't seem to be too happy about his life with humans, but he has accepted his fate. He has resigned to his present state. He longs for the comfort of his troop and he misses a gorilla like himself in captivity. He is lonely. Well, students, with that we finish this section of Ivan's story. For your benefit, I have a list of glossary. Ivan misses his home. He misses the safety and protection of his troop. He is unsure of what he needs to do and how he needs to act. He needs to be disciplined. Here, he is not sure of what he should do. In the jungle, a grunt or a scowl given by his father would help him to understand what is expected behavior. Here, he has to learn on his own. His life has become a circus and he is now an entertainer. I have words scowl, amplify, swarmed, cramped and stationary circus. Students, I want you to frame lovely sentences on these words, as I have already explained the meaning of all these words to you. I hope you had a fruitful learning session today. Have a great day ahead. Thank you for watching.